Hi everyone. Hello. Welcome to the Hangout on Air for today, and we're here to discuss the questions that you might have regarding the Google Teacher Academy applications. So I understand that some of you may have watched the original Hangout that we did last week, and for today, what we're going to do is I'm going to do kind of a repeat of that, but I'm going to be entertaining some more questions that you might have. So welcome to the Hangout. My name is Mary Manzano. I'm from Blue Core, and I'm here to accept any questions that you might have. So for those people who are on Google Moderator, you can go ahead and input your questions there at gg.gg/GTA questions. So let me just check on that to see if it's already on our page. Okay, so everybody who, for some reason, my Q&A is kind of not working. I've been trying to get it up. So instead of a Q&A, instead of using the Q&A feature of Hangouts on Air, what we can do is just use Google Moderator for your questions. So let me just go ahead and put the link right here. Okay, so for those of you who have some more questions regarding your applications, just go to the link that I just posted just now on our event page, okay? There, so let me just begin with kind of a recap of the application. So for the application that you have for Google Teacher Academy, we realized that some of the information that have been submitted are not really according to the instructions that were given to the application. So we decided to do a Hangout on Air in order to go through the application with all of you, right? And also to make sure that you're submitting the right content. So let me go over that with you. So for those of you who are in here in this Hangout who have not yet submitted their applications, all you have to do is to go to the Google Teacher Academy page, or you can go to gg.gg/GTA 2014. Okay, so that's going to lead you to the application. And good news for all of those people who tried to submit right just before the deadline last night. I'm telling you now that the deadline has been extended to September 1st at 11:59 SGT. So so basically, for our application, this is going to be a multi-page application. All right, so you need to prepare your responses beforehand. And the reason for that is Google Forms does not allow you to save your responses and then allow you to go back to it later on. So that means that you have to prepare some of your responses. So as you well know, you prepared your resume, right? And you prepared your video. And those are things that need to be submitted like prior to, okay, so prior to all of the response being inputted in the form. So when you go to the GTA SEA 2014 application, you can see that the first page contains information about the GTA. And it already includes the note that you need to prepare those things beforehand because there's no way of saving your application in progress, right? So I opened my moderator right now, and I can see that there are some of you who have already been putting in some questions. So I'm going to entertain that after I go through the application process, okay? So going to the second page, this is going to be a form about your basic details. So it's going to ask you for your Gmail address, so make sure that you have one. Or if you are working in a school that has already gone Google, then you can just use the email address that you have in that school because that is effectively a Google account. So you don't have to input a personal Gmail. But if you want to use your personal Gmail, that's also great. Okay, so it will also ask you for the website of your school or your organization. So you just make sure that you have that on hand. Some people don't know URL of their organization. So just make sure that you have that prepared prior to filling out the application. Okay. All right. And of course, your job title is going to be asked in the third page. And the fourth page is actually kind of critical. When you go to the fourth page, it's going to ask for a link to your resume. And it says there that you have to ensure that it's just a one-pager and that it's shared via Google Docs, all right? So, and it has to be a Google Doc. So we saw that a lot of the applications that were submitted were either Word documents that were uploaded to Google Docs and then shared via Google Docs. That's not what we're looking for. So the review team is looking for a resume that was created on Google Docs. All right, so make sure that you create it there. So if you already have it prepared in a Word document, just convert that to Google Docs or open it via Google Docs and then share it with us. Okay, on the sharing though, as you know, when you create anything in Google Docs, your default is naturally private, right? So when you do these things, this is your share button. This is what you see. Okay, so when you create your resume in Google Docs, this is what you see. So for those of you who are not really familiar with the interface, this is for you. But for those who are already Google ninjas or Google users, then good for you guys that you already know these things. So I'm just going to go over the sharing options. Okay, so this is your default. This is private, and this is not going to be seen by the review team. So make sure that you click on this link as soon as you finish your resume and choose this option. So it should be shared with anyone with the link. When you're done with revising your sharing options and you get out of that share page, this is how your sharing button should look like. It should have a link at the bottom of the human icon, okay? Because if you see this, it means that you're just sharing, for example, with the email address that's been emailing you guys, bluecore@googleteacheracademy.com. If you share it only with the bluecore@googleteacheracademy.com, the other reviewers won't be able to see it, okay? So this is not the option we're looking for. This also works. So if you want to share it public to the web, this also works. So if you wish, you can set your option to anyone with a link or public on the web. And you just copy the link that you find there in your sharing option, okay? And that is the link that you have to put in to your Google form, okay? So all right, so basically, we can we have to make sure that it's a one-pager, all right? Because after one page, the review team is not going to read your resume anymore. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just read what is in there in the application. It says we are looking for a resume that will help show why you would be a great Google certified teacher. Edit your old resume, okay, to highlight any relevant experience, certifications, accolades, awards, and associations. So share that one-page resume via a Google Doc. So once you're done with this, you're actually 50% done. So the hardest part of the application is just going to be the video. And I know that some of you may not be Asians. I saw that a lot of you are, though. So, and being Asians, we realize that shooting a video is not really something that we normally do, but this is something that's required. So I'm going to go over that video sharing with you as well. So for the fifth page, this is devoted to your school and your community reach. So it's going to ask for statistics, right? How many teachers are in your school? How many students are in your school as well? If you're not representing a school, though, and if you're representing, say, an ed tech organization, then you can just let us know how many conferences you present to each year, or how many students have you trained if you're not belonging to a school, okay? And the trainings and presentations that you conduct yearly. So it's also going to ask you for your Google Plus profile URL. So if you don't have a Google Plus profile URL, now is the time to make it. Well, I can see that you're all here, so that means that you all have a Google Plus URL. So yay, yay to all of us. But if you don't have one yet and you're watching this via YouTube, make sure that you create a Google Plus profile. And we're going to need that profile page on top. So most of you guys have already a vanity URL that was given by Google. So in my case, you can follow me at Google Plus, right? Google.com/plus Mary Manzano. So that's a vanity URL. That's also the vanity URL that you can input in your application, okay? Now if you have a Twitter page or a blog page, right, make sure to post this as well because every bit of info about you helps. Okay, so now it's time to showcase your Google experience. And if you have any Google experience or Google certifications, you can showcase that in page number 6 of your application. So it's not a requirement, guys, but it's nice to have. And actually, if you're up for it, you can still take the Google Online Basics exam. That's a free exam. It's a 30-item exam, and you get a certificate after. And also gives you an idea about the apps of Google. And it's actually quite a breeze to pass if you've been using Google for quite a bit of time, okay? And basically, not only that, we're going to ask you for your essay skills. Not really essay, but you're going to have to answer a couple of questions. So just 2 questions there. And the questions are, tell us how you've navigated ambiguity or hardship. Okay, and tell us about what inspires you to be a part of the Google Certified Teacher Program. Okay, so don't be afraid to give your real life experiences. In the last Hangout on air, we got that question asking us, is it okay to share a real life experience? And yes, it is, definitely. So you can use your real life experience to answer these questions. So just inspire everyone, inspire us as well. And for our much awaited video, and I know this is what's been causing so much trouble to a lot of the applicants, right? Page number 8 is going to ask you for your 1-minute video. Okay? So for your 1-minute video, really make sure that it's just 1 minute because the review team is not going to watch anything over that minute. And you're going to get dinged for it if you submit something that is over a minute. It's very important. It's a very important part of the application. So we are specifically looking for educators that are going to creatively address our question here. And the question is, how do you innovate in the classroom or educational community to generate positive change? Okay, I can see before I continue with the video, I can see that you all are very helpful, and some questions that I can find on the actual event page are being answered by all of you. So some people are having difficulty watching the live feed, and thank you very much, Victor, for posting that link to the YouTube video. Thanks for that. And all right. Yeah, I can see that we have some helpful folks today, and that's really going to help you with bringing out the word. If you become a Google certified teacher, that's definitely going to be required of you to be helpful and also to, you know, to help out your community in innovating through technology. Okay, so going back to the video is actually, again, very important, and you don't need to be in the video at all. You don't have to train the video to yourself. If you're a little camera shy, that's fine. But this task is there to demonstrate your resourcefulness and your commitment, okay, as well as your unique personality and your interests. But you need to make sure that even if you're showcasing your interest, that you're still able to answer the question, how do you innovate in the classroom or educational community to generate positive change? And we've seen a lot of videos so far, and they're all amazing, they're all awesome. And I can see that some of you have shot videos while you're teaching, videos in the classroom and stuff like that. And you can definitely do that. You can even have maybe one of your students, take the video while you're answering this question. So we put an example video right there in the application for you to watch, just so you have an example of the kind of video that we're looking for, okay? So make sure again that your YouTube video is shared, because if you go to YouTube and your video is set on private, then the review team will not be able to see it. So make sure that your video is either set to anyone with a link. So again, guys, anyone with a link works, or public works, okay? Public on the web or anyone with a link. So those are the two settings in YouTube that you can use. All right. We also don't accept the videos by email unless we specifically ask you for it. We're probably going to just paste it because we're helpful that way. We really want to make it work for you guys. So if you received an email from bluecore@googleteacheracademy.com saying that your video needs to be shorter or you need to change it, right? All you have to do is to reply to that. You don't have to resubmit. Just reply to that email with the requisite link, and we're the ones who's gonna copy paste that link to your form application. Okay. There, and once that is done, all you have to do then is to type in your full name as your digital signature to certify that the information you submitted was accurate, true, and original, and you're done, right? So it's actually a pretty straightforward application, okay? And for those of you who are kind of waiting it out a little bit, don't wait any longer, because again, it's gonna end on Monday, September 1st for the application. We're gonna definitely stop accepting responses by then. Okay. Now for our questions, once again, I have gg.gg/gta SEA questions as our moderator page for this Hangout, and just input your questions there. You can go ahead and do that. And I'm going to be waiting for the questions that are inputted in that page. Now, if you find a question that you already have, just vote it out so that, or vote it up, because I'm going to have to look for the most popular question. So let's go over this right now. I got 14 questions today, and I can see that I have this question right here. Hi, can I still join even if I am not currently teaching? I have taught for 6 years, but I've stopped working this school year to concentrate on my graduate studies. At present, I'm also a volunteer teacher in a nonprofit organization. So, as you know, we are not only accepting teachers for the Google Teacher Academy, but people who are in the EdTech space. So if you are a trainer, for example, in schools, or if you're training teachers, then definitely you are welcome to apply. Even if you're currently not teaching, but as you can see, you're a volunteer teacher, well, Gladys, I can tell you that you still are welcome to apply, since you are still, you're actually still teaching. We would like to encourage you to still apply. All right, so, wow, we have here another question, okay, and this is from Noel. Is this from Noel Feria, I think, right? Can we get a log of our answers after we submit the Google form? I did get an acknowledgement that my application was submitted, but it doesn't contain a log of my answers. Is it okay if we submit an application again? All right, so Noel, the application form was not designed to give you a copy of the answers that you have already submitted. So even if you submit the application again, it's not going to work, because it's not going to give you a log of your answers. So what I suggest, though, is to just review the answers beforehand, or even just put it somewhere else. Like for example, for your responses to the two questions, right? What you can do is to just copy that someplace else, and then before you copy it into the form. I'm going to have to ask the team whether it is possible to get you a log of your answers, but that's probably going to be a special case because we don't really do it. So for now, you don't have to submit your application. I think, Noel, that you that we have received your application and that it was already good. Let me just confirm that a bit. Was it? It was. All right, so you don't have to submit your application again. Okay, so thanks for that. Okay, I can see here that I have another. My school is a Chinese school. Okay, my students can't speak English very well, so while my students speak in Mandarin in the video, I will just put the subtitle on the screen. Is that accepted? Well, definitely that is accepted. So if you're going to do a video and your students are, for example, speaking another language, because this is Seya, right? So go ahead and put the subtitles on the screen. That would be very much appreciated because we can't always have a translator with us. Okay, so what else do we have here? Let me just see. I think I have this one question from. I saw that there was a question from Victor, but did you take it back, Victor? I think you just did. It's gone. All right, so here I have another question here. It says, in the essay questions about navigating hardship, is it okay to share about an actual event? So like I said earlier, it's definitely okay to share your real life experiences with us, and that will certainly help us to know how you actually are able to navigate hardship. All right, so that's definitely possible and welcome. Now, I have another question here. Will I be informed if there is something wrong or missing in my application? So most of you here who are watching this video or who's watching this Hangout, some of you or maybe most of you have received an email from bluecore@googleteacheracademy.com. So definitely yes. As long as it's still within the time period, that's the reason why we are encouraging you to submit your application early so that we can still review it. And once we review it, we can still get back to you for anything that may be missing or may have to be changed in your application. So I'm not sure if this is something that is being done in other countries though, but we decided to do it here in Seya because we understand this is the first time it's being done in Southeast Asia. And so we wanted to get a little bit more help to the teachers who want to be Google certified. Okay? All right, so we have a couple more questions here, actually a few more. So keep them coming, guys. If you have any more questions, just go ahead and just put it there in our gg.gg/gta Seya questions, okay? Oh, Victor, I answered it already about the time on the video. Oh, all right. Thank you very much, Victor, for that, and I'm happy I was able to answer your question. Okay. This is so fun. I'm actually looking at your comments, and I see that somebody has to walk the dogs, and saying good luck to all of you. All right. Okay, let me go back to the questions now. It says here with regards to the resume, what is the expected content? I think I already answered this. And what is the expected information that are needed to be included? So some of you put in a picture, some of you didn't, but it's okay because we got your plus page anyway. So yeah, don't make it too long. Just make it a one-pager and make sure, please, that you create it in Google Docs. So if you submitted something that was created on in another platform like OpenOffice or Word, and you just uploaded it on Google Drive and shared it with us, then it's not exactly something that is ideal. So you have to make sure that you recreate it or you at least convert your OpenOffice document or your Word document into a Google document. and then share it with us. Okay? Now, when qualified, can it be done online? Okay, so that's a little tricky because this is going to be a very active, and a lot of the GCTs we've spoken to have said that it's going to be a very challenging 2 days for all of you, and that means that it cannot be done online. Well, once you qualify, you have to be there. So it's going to be held on October 2nd and 3rd here in Manila. So we have yet to give out the full details of that, but we are definitely going to let you know once you qualify by September 9th. Okay, so mark that date in your calendars. Just put it right there. September 9th or maybe September 10th is the date that we're going to finally announce the top 50 who's going to get in Google Teacher Academy. Okay, so we're very excited to meet you, and I think a lot of you who are who have submitted the application are actually pretty great with your videos. So yeah. Next is Australia out of Southeast Asia, hence a less chance for my application as an Australian resident to be accepted. Should I wait until the next GTA, even in Sydney? Actually, we have received applications as far as Australia, right? And the US, because some people who kind of missed the GTA in the US even want to just fly into Manila and attend the GTA here. We did say that we are going to give priority to the Southeast Asian nations, but if your application is, of course, exceptional, then there is no way we're going to let you off the hook and not get you into the GTA in Manila. Okay? So, there. So what other questions do we have? Right now it's 4:37. I'm looking at my clock here, and I'm supposed to have this happening from 4 until 4:50. So I still have a couple more minutes, guys. So get your questions in. So here I can see that when exactly will we be notified of our acceptance. So yes, you'll be notified on September 9th. I'm scheduled to attend another conference that weekend, but I will cancel if I am accepted to GTA because I'm under pressure to make travel arrangements. All right, then definitely you can start making your travel arrangements if you get in on September 10th, okay? Next, I have will accepted Filipino Google teachers have a chance to attend the workshop training in other countries? Well, definitely you can. In the same way that somebody from the US wants to come here for GTA Manila and somebody from Australia wants to come in here for GTA Manila or GTA SEA, then yes, you can definitely attend a workshop training for a GTA in another country. You have to understand though that the travel, okay, travel arrangements and stuff like that, travel lodging is not going to be handled by Google. So you're going to have to foot it. So if you want to attend the workshop training in another country, then it's going to have to be your spend. Okay. Next is here. Is it? We just go ahead and see whether there are any other questions here that I haven't answered. So I think I've got 3 more questions that just got in. If I'd submitted last night, but I might need to edit some parts, can I submit one more time? So this is coming from Jess of Kuala Lumpur. Well, Jess, it's not too late, right? If you submitted last night, but you need to edit some parts, and you feel that, did you get an email from Blue Court Google Teacher Academy? If you did, then that means you're gonna need to edit some stuff. But if you feel that you really, really, really need to edit a lot of the parts of your application, nothing is stopping you from resubmitting it. So just go ahead and submit it if you feel that you need to. You can also send an email to bluecore@googleteacheracademy.com just to let us know that the last submitted entry is the one that we have to consider so that we can delete the first one that you submitted, okay? So it's not too late. Again, our deadline is September 1st. 11:59 p.m. SGT. So you have the entire day Monday. And I think this is a holiday in the US on Monday to submit your application. Here, if I have already sent my application off, is there any point in editing my resume now? Or will it be too late? From Kiron of Indonesia. Actually, Kiron, we're going to start evaluating all of the responses after September 1st. Okay? So that means it is not too late. Why? Because you are using Google Docs. And that means that if we only have view access, to your resume, then you can definitely edit it so that by the end of the September 1st deadline, right, we will be able to view your updated resume. You don't have to resubmit your link. Um, all of the changes that you're going to do will be there already. Okay? It's not going to be too late. Just make sure that you do your edits before September 1st. So that's for Kiron of Indonesia. Thank you so much for that question. I have another one here from Dindin Ramirez. He said, oh, I just want to ask, I already submitted my resume by attaching and uploading it. Will the review team automatically retrieve my Google Docs resume, or do I need to send the link to Bluecore as a replacement for my attached resume? Thanks. Where did you attach it? Did you... Oh, by attaching it and uploading it. I see. So are you saying that you... I'm not sure about your question, Dindin, but if your question is if you attached a Word document and you uploaded it, and then you shared the Google Drive link to us, yes, you might have to submit the link to Bluecore as a replacement for your attached resume. That's right. So that would be the safest bet for you, Dindin. So just go ahead and submit the link as a replacement for your attached resume. Again, these changes can be done because it's not yet within the September 1st deadline. We're not yet there. So whatever changes you need to do, you go ahead and change it. We're going to be accommodating that until September 1st. And that is the biggest value of submitting your application early, right? Okay, so Victor, yay, Victor of South Korea finally submitted another question here. He said, for us international folks, is there any chance of hearing early? It would be great to finalize flights as soon as possible. I am in either way, but it would be helpful. Oh, okay, so unfortunately, Victor, we are going to be announcing the results by September 10th. So anytime between 10 to 12, you're just going to have to watch out because we can't give any... most of you guys are actually international, so we're going to have to treat it like that. So all of us are going to hear about it at the same time. So unfortunately, that means that you're going to have to move your finalizing of the flights by September 10th to 11th. So I hope that's going to be okay. When you say I am in either way, does that mean that you're going to be here in the Philippines either way? If that's the case, then welcome, Victor, especially if you're going to be a first-timer. There. So what else? We have, have I answered all the questions already? Well, it looks like it. Okay. It looks like all the questions that are in Google Moderator have been answered. And if you have any more questions, guys, you can just go ahead and put your questions right here at the event page. Okay. Or you can just send an email to bluecore@googleteacheracademy.com. We're very, very happy to help you out with your application. And we really look forward to meeting you here in the Philippines this October. So good luck, guys, and hope to see you soon. Good luck to you. Any revisions to your applications, we'll be very, very happy to help you out this weekend. So our team in Bluecore is actually going on a weekend. This is a working weekend for us. Yeah, it's a total working weekend for us. And actually, last night we pulled an almost all-nighter because we were processing the applications as they were coming in. So So yeah, please don't wait until the last minute to send your application so that you still have time to change anything if there's anything that needs to be changed. Okay, so thank you very much again for joining me today in this hangout, and I'll be very happy to meet you all, and good luck. Bye.